bit of tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so that's ITV2, and it's a show called Secret Crush. So I host it. People that have crushes on their friends, their co-workers, some on their stepbrothers, they bring them onto the show, and they declare their love to them, and they tell me a little bit about it beforehand, and they come back to me and let me know how it went as well. So yeah, it's a really cool show.
Nice.
Guys, check it out, ITV2. You can watch it on ITV Hub right now.
Awesome. It's great to see you making progress. Was it an audition thing that landed you that role? Did you had to audition?
Do you know what? It was very interesting. So that week when I got offered that job, I got offered 2 jobs and I didn't audition for either of them. So when I got offered it, I was like, oh my gosh, are you sure they mean me? Like I was really, really nervous and blown away, but also, as I say, very nervous because I was like, where have they seen me? What do you mean they've requested me to do this show? And because I think I got told about 2 months before, you know, we started filming, a couple months before we started filming, and before I'd even signed anything. So I was waiting, like, let me just wait for them to tell me that I'm not doing it anymore. Let me wait for them to pull out, you know. So yeah, that's how I went about getting that. Yeah. So I don't know. I think they saw me on maybe something else that I had done.
That is so great. So, you know what, quickly, Verona, I know you're rehearsing right now for that show or for something else.
For Horrible Histories, I'm rehearsing for it at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Horrible History. Were you allowed to speak about that, or is it like under wraps?
One of the episodes is out that I'm already in. So that's one of the episodes that I'm in is already out. So yeah, I think I can't speak about my characters or what I'm doing, but yeah, it's a really cool, fun children's show that lots of people. Hi, Haley. That lots of people.
Hi.
That, lots of people grew up with.
Jeez. A lot. So that Horrible History, is that going to be on ITV? Did I hear, or is that on another?
No, that's BBC. So that's a children's show. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really good. And so Horrible History, is that based on real history or is that fictional? Is it?
It's so clever. So it is based on it's real history for children, but we are acting. It's comedy. It's a comedy show for children, and it's almost a bit horrible. We do it in a horrible way. So yeah, I mean,
it's a children's program, right?
Not too horrible, yes, but it's really fun, and there's like the main actors that have been in it for years and stuff. So I've just been very blessed to have been brought on again. Yeah,
I'm so happy for you, you know, because I've known you from the beginning, from the tip top of the grind, and to see you where you are now. Listen, man, if I had sound effects, I'll just
thank you so much.
Heavy.
I love everything you're doing as well, you know, and I think because of lockdown and stuff, none of us have been able to really stay in contact. And you know, before you bump into people at a networking event or something, and now we don't see anyone.
You don't see anyone. It's all on Zoom, it's all on Instagram and YouTube and all that. But I suppose you can reach a large audience and all that. So you know, with the lockdown and all that, and COVID, the virus. How has it been for you, your family? How have you been plugging through? How have you coped?
Well, the first lockdown, I was freaking out. I was like, I'm waiting for the zombie apocalypse. Where are the zombies? I was hiding. I just didn't. But basically, before we got told we had to go into lockdown, I locked down. So, the first one, it was interesting. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. I was creating at home. I was messing about. I was being silly. I ended up getting a really cool voiceover contract for one of David Walliams's books.
Wow.
So I recorded that at home, which is really good fun.
Wicked. That's awesome, man. We've got to celebrate that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Any quick advice for young people that want to get into the game of voiceover, especially I'm running a course with some young people in a few days, acting, auditioning, and voiceover, because I've been fortunate enough to get some voiceover gigs myself, and it's nice, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's nice.
They're good, yeah.
Any quick tips for advice for any young people that want to get into it? Because it is a nice, lucrative game to get involved in. Voiceover is adverts, voiceover is PlayStation, voiceover is as you're doing audio. Any advice for young people that want to get into this? The young, especially young ladies, young girls, the role models like yourself as a woman.
Yeah, I think my advice to anyone, even to just trying to get into the industry, I think creating your own work always helps. And I also think that for me personally, like a couple of years ago, I had to say to myself, remember why you're doing this. You're doing this because you love it. You're not doing it because you're like, oh, you know, money and fame or anything like that. You're doing it because you love it. And sorry?
The money is good, though. It is good.
Yeah, the money helps. The money helps. Obviously, our banks can be hungry, so when our banks are fed, we're eating as well. You know. So yeah, I mean, you know, money can be great, but I would definitely say, yeah, try and create some of your own stuff with the voiceover. You could maybe approach some voiceover agents and maybe record something on your phone.
Yes.
But I mean, personally, I kind of fell into it. So for me I wouldn't really fully know how to say to someone to try and get into voiceover work, but with acting and things like that, I would say try and create some of your own work. And then, yeah, you can put it online. We've got so many platforms now where we can share our work, you know, and then there are a lot of people in the industry, within the production companies and things like that, that are looking for new talent. So it's good to use online for these things.
That's right, darling. That's right. Absolutely. So, you know, today we're going to talk a little bit about, obviously with other guests and with yourself, this whole thing about the vaccine passports, which has created a great welcome for many people, but also great objection to the vax passports. And before we get into that, I would just want to say, anyone that's got any questions, anything they'd like to ask our guests, Verona, please ask away. While she says she's got very small time, she's rehearsing, she's a superstar, she got the hair, she got all everything did. Hey,
I ain't got anything yet, honey, just the hair and my makeup. And then my big gap in my teeth and all of that, babe. You got the big.
Hey, don't worry, I didn't even see that. Hey, listen, come on now.
Yeah, right. You don't want to gap.
Oh man. But listen, so what was your how could it affect the industry? Like, could it affect us as actors, especially actors from the BAME community that may be hesitant to maybe take the jab? Do you think that it could have a negative effect on the community? And what's the best way around that?
I think it's a really difficult question because I've just not thought about this at all. I think you know, COVID has obviously affected the industry. We have to, if we're going on set, someone came to my house today to, thank you, Marie. Someone came to my house today to give me a COVID test so that I can go. So I'm having COVID tests every 2 days. So it definitely will affect the industry in some way, I assume. But then maybe it won't, because if they just carry on doing the, you know, like what they do now, the swabbing and giving us the swabs and stuff before we go, maybe it won't affect it. So what have you thought about it?
I personally, I am, well, first, I'm a healthy person. What I think about it is that I do believe in being immunized and immunization. And I think the best way is to open up the gyms. Let's encourage more healthy eating. Let's encourage more healthier lifestyles that we can boost our immunity. As you know, they said this week, I think it was Professor Patrick Vallance that said that 60% of the hospitalizations are people with the double jab. So where you would have people who are...
Can I just add though, because I mean, I don't read into this a lot, but I know that figure was it was a mistake. So he actually apologized for saying that afterwards. Yeah, he apologized and said it wasn't 60%. But I just wanted to add that because I don't really fully know, but I just thought let me add that because I did read an article where he apologized for saying it was 60%.
I saw that as well. And I was thinking, okay, and that's what and you know what Patrick you need a little spanking, you know, for he's in a high office as a physician, and you know he needs to be more responsible with his words, and because people are listening to him. And so anyway, back to me. For me personally, I am good. I haven't got no tattoos on my body. Sorry to disappoint the ladies. No tattoos, just bare muscle. I'm scared of needles. I'm good. I think I'm good. I'm all right. You know what I mean? I'd rather
So
leave it.
you, so,
Mm.
so if you were offered a job, like
Oh,
life-changing job, your dream job, your dream acting job,
for part two, Courtney's like the new pet. Right, yeah.
would you take it?
You know what? No, I wouldn't.
And
I
would you
wouldn't.
so you can
I honestly, if I'm going to be truthful, and I'm truthful, I'm a truthful man, I'm an honorable man, I just wouldn't do it. I'm too afraid. And I think, Verona, it's down to not being anti-vax. I'm pro-immunity, pro-immunity. What I'm worried about is that I've had a few friends and friends of friends who have unfortunately had reactions to it. And it's made me more wary and, if we want to use that word, hesitant to take it. I feel that I don't need it. And plus, looking at the stats, as you were saying, on the gov.uk website, I've seen a lot of reactions. I've seen, what was the word I was going to use? They've admitted there's only a certain percentage protection that it can give you. And I know
yeah.
people that have got the jab that have still got COVID, still been sick, and transmitted it to loved ones. So for me, on that knowledge, having that disclosure, I would kindly, without any belligerence, I would have to decline. But as
Okay,
much as
I
I want those
understand.
big jobs, and I've been offered big jobs, and I said to myself, not because of the jab or anything, I've been offered big jobs and I didn't get it. The whole audition process, the rejection, and oh man, I didn't get the job. And I've always said to myself, if I'm offered a job like that, to those magnitudes, which I were offered that job, like I was offered a job in Heroes, which was in 2009, 2010 in LA, to be in that
Yeah,
TV
great
series.
show.
I was offered some big TV roles and I didn't get it, just the audition. But I said, I came that close. It's only a matter of time until I can get that dream job. So even if I get rejected, I have faith in God, you know, and the higher levels that I will get something. So for me, I'm healthy, and I'm a believer in, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But for those that want to get it, go ahead. But I'll say everyone get full information and what you're doing. You know, go and talk to your doctor, get consulted, get full disclosure on it, and yeah.
Yeah. It's
Get,
funny because like through fear, sorry, I was nervous. I was like, this, I'm never going to get tested, or I'm never, I don't want anything going in my nose in case because, we're reading loads of stuff. This is the first
I'm feeling
lockdown.
like that now. Like every time I put
See,
that, yeah.
yeah, seeing, do you respond to what people are saying? Because I can't,
Oh,
I see this a lot of thing. Let's get one thing straight. It's not compulsory. It's
oh,
voluntary. Why are people? Yeah, okay, so
yeah.
talking as if it's compulsory. Okay, yes. So for me personally, so I've taken my first jab. I do not what other people want to do is completely up to them. I have
Absolutely.
an autoimmune disease. I've been so technically, I could be compromised because, my immune system
Yeah,
is already going wild, right?
yeah.
So I've taken the first one, and also what did this person say? Sorry, I
Go
wasn't.
ahead, babe.
Okay, yeah. So, so I took the first one. I've been vaccinated since I was a child as well.
Yeah.
So, and I had a friend of mine that actually had TB.
Oh,
That had TB and ended up on a traction and ended up they ended up with a abscess on their spine, and it was
ooh,
eroding. It was crazy. And they were from Africa. They never took had the TB jab. So certain things that made me
yeah,
think,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So,
Well,
but I think each their own. I don't
exactly.
judge someone for taking it. I don't judge someone for not taking it. We all have our, I've got siblings that may have, and I've got siblings that may have not. There's,
Yeah.
we've got there's five
Likewise.
of us, and we're all very different. But
Five of
because
you.
I've
You've
got
got
an
five
auto,
brothers and sisters, yeah?
yeah, yeah. And
Go
there's an
ahead.
18-year gap. There's an 18-year gap with the eldest and the younger. But same
Wow.
parents, same parents.
Wow. Look at you. Look at you. So, so yeah, I agree with you totally. I think what I don't like about this, what is going on today, is setting up a great divide between those who want to be vaxxed to those who don't want it. And it's creating a divide. I'm afraid of discrimination. I'm afraid of marginalization, especially on people of color, black people who've already been through that marginalization and are still going through that. And that is my concern, is that listening to different barristers, that under the Discriminations Act, that people could be more discriminated against because now they want to introduce health passports into the entertainment industry, into clubbing.
I want to get into the entertainment industry.
Well, yeah, like, well, in terms of the clubbing aspect for now, as for September, it was reported this week that they will bring in vaccine passports for nightclubs, and this caused heated discrimination, debate on discrimination. And so if you're a DJ, if you're a club promoter, if you're a bartender or a hostess front of house, and you don't want to get the vaccine, then you could be out of a job, you know, and it will create more joblessness for young people. And if they do get the vaccine, it will be done under coercion, which to me is unfair. Not speaking about combating COVID, I'm speaking about now, does it add on to an already marginalized, could it add to the discrimination levels that we've been through? Like, my parents are from the Caribbean, and I have, you know, my Jamaican parents and their parents, my grandfather and grandmother, they came over when they saw signs that said no blacks, no Irish, no dogs. And that was discriminatory until that act that was broken in the 70s and the 80s with I can't remember the act. And I fear that we're going through that same thing again, that this is causing division amongst us as a people over people who don't want the vaccine and do want the vaccine. So that's my concern. And I think it's good that, like yourself, get informed, find out about your own health. I think we all need to get tested in general over our health at least once a year.
We do. Oh, we do, because I tell you what, I got diagnosed with my illness 6 years ago, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's just because you're tired."
By the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The thing is I follow autoimmune protocol diet now. So I follow my immune system should be pretty strong. The last time I got my bloods done and everything was pretty cool, but I still have to take medication, you know, every day. Yes. But so I have to take my medication every day. But not even in my 30s, I got diagnosed with this illness.
Oh man!
And they were like, "We're really sorry to tell you this. You're going to take medication."
How young are you? How young are you?
Well, no, I'm 36 now, obviously, but not obviously. I'm 37, nearly 37. Say it again.
You're 37?
Nearly 37, yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, stop lying, whatever.
I'm not, honestly, you look, no, you look like you're in your 20s, though. Yeah, I'm not even guessing you. I'm being straight.
All right, okay. I'll accept it. When I take this wig off, though, and them lashes, you're going to be calling me a little boy, trust me.
Stop that.
You'll be like, no. Verona, who's that? You wouldn't even recognise me. But I think I agree with you about getting your health tested, because we just don't know. And the thing is, I've got a friend. I've got a friend that passed away to COVID, and he didn't believe a thing of it. And he didn't believe a thing of it. And he celebrated his birthday, and he had COVID, and he celebrated his birthday. He was drinking, got drunk on his birthday, and died a couple of days after his birthday. And I didn't find out until like a month after, which made me feel terrible. Oh, thank you so much. Made me feel absolutely terrible. But, you know, so things like that. I know a lot of people that have had COVID as well. Have you had it?
Well, I know, but you know what? Funny enough, you asked the question. Earlier this year, I did have a bit of a flu, but that was due down to flu. It was flu season. And I was feeling a bit poorly at the beginning of the year. But that happens to me once every 2 years, every year.
Yeah.
So I mean, the statistics say that. I mean, by the way, condolences on the loss of your friend. You know, blessings to him and his family. But according to the statistics, there's a 99% recovery rate on this COVID virus. My aunt, so she allegedly died of it last year. But
I'm sorry.
Thank you, sis. After investigations, they found she didn't die of COVID. She died of a cardiac arrest and a non-resuscitation. And then they just put COVID on the death certificate. And I know that that's happened to a few people. And Sky,
I've heard that.
You know, but nonetheless, we've lost loved ones during the lockdown, and yes, mad. So
I understand what you're saying, though. I know someone that's very close to me that says exactly the same as you, and they're very fit, they're very healthy, just like you. And they I won't say who, but someone very close to me. And they just like, you know, I've got my immune system is strong, so I'm cool. Do you know what I mean? To be honest with you, I feel like if I caught it, I'd most probably be okay. But But you know, you just never know. And I was at the beginning, I was so scared because I was like, I've got an autoimmune disease. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen? I've had problem with my lung before, like, you know. So it's I don't feel like it's fair to force anyone to do anything. But like these conversations for me are, you know, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be upsetting anyone because I'm like everyone is up. You know, like I'm not going to look at you and say if I came in your presence and we were doing this live, I'll be there in my mask. You know. Because that's me. But if you don't want to be in your mask, that's you. I'm doing it because I want to go on set tomorrow. Do you get me? I want to be able to go to work tomorrow.
Doing your tests and all that. Totally get it. I've been there. I know what you mean. You know, when they say, "Oh, could you do a test? Could you verify that you're healthy?" So it's serious already in this industry. So I just want to big you up. Congratulations on what you're doing. That's what we're here celebrating. I know your friend will be proud of you, happy that you're living your dream. You know, and you just keep going forward. Any last questions for Verona? Rose, our special guest for this Sunday evening, before she goes.
Thank you for having me. Any questions, guys, on acting, on performing, anything like that? Exactly, each their own, yeah.
Yes,
yeah, it's nice to read some of what people are writing. Better than tyrants. My brother has an Instagram. My brother's got an Instagram live. He's got 250,000 followers. So when he does his live, he has about 7,000 people watching.
Wow.
So they're saying, they're saying this is better than Tyrone's show. So I'm laughing. Thank you, Marie. Thank you.
Maybe I need to get the both of you up on the show so we can have some bands, you know? Yeah.
I'll let him know. Yeah, he's got. If I go onto his live, I'll just get 1,000 followers in like 5 seconds. Yeah, it's mental. I'm going to tell him. I'll tell him.
Let him know. But babes, listen, it's great having you on. I love the way you're moving. You look great. You look well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're trailblazing, man. You're moving forward. I'm so proud of your growth, you know, and your evolution, you know.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. And I love what you're doing. I love this platform as well. I'm following you and I'm going to share this, babes.
Come on, baby.
Thank you so much. Big up yourself, and hopefully we bump into each other at something, or we all can meet up and, you know, do a little catch up.
We shall.